What is up guys, JayFerGaming here, welcome back to my F1 2016 career mode. This is the Belgian Grand Prix. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Do remember to subscribe if you enjoy yourself here. But yeah, if you haven't seen my career, you've got to definitely check out the past few races. We are on top form and it really shows in the driver standings. We're in second place in a Renault. We've got the third best car overall. But we're outperforming our teammate as well. It's just going so well at the moment. I think it's 4 podiums in a row. So that's with minimal upgrades as well. But we can see to the left, a few of our rivals have upgraded their car a bit. In terms of the tyres, I've actually mixed it up a little bit. I've gone for the softer compounds, but obviously weather comes into it, so we'll wait and see if that affects anything. But Force India have had a major upgrade, and McLaren have a little one too. So Force India are just behind Ferrari. Ferrari have really got to watch out. I want to drive for them in the future, but they could be a back market team at this rate. Sauber miles behind. McLaren solidly about 10th. 9th even, but for our next upgrade I'm going to try and upgrade the chassis weight. I feel like we'll have the resource points by the end of this weekend. So into qualifying, first lap we ended up in P7. Usually we drop down to around P18, and what are these cars doing ahead of us? That was actually really close between Raikkonen and Perez. Luckily they got out the way because this is a pretty good lap. We're about half a second up on our best, and we've got a real shot at pole here. We've got some brilliant pace, and I really do love the Spa circuit. So coming out the bus stop chicane, the run to the line, this is my final lap, and we've taken pole position, but there's still time in this session, so we'll see if anyone else can improve. I wasn't going to put in another lap, so I did decide just to retire from the session. So could this be our first pole position in our F1 2016 career? And it's not. Someone has picked us. I was thinking Max Verstappen. Why would you do that? But it was actually Felipe Massa of all people, in a Williams that isn't the best either. He's beaten us by 0.02 of a second, that close to our first pole position. I'm upset, guys. That's a real shame. But we're in a prime position to win this race, because obviously the Kemmel Straight is a prime overtaking spot, especially on the first lap. So it is meant to rain quite heavily in this race. So that's what I meant, that the soft choice of tyres isn't really going to pay off for us. So we reduce the fuel a lot. I do that all the time now. It seems like the way to go. And we're going to get rain later on. So we're building up to the Belgian Grand Prix. This should be an exciting one. 5 lights and away we go. We get a better initial getaway than Massa, but he's going to come across. I don't think we're going to get the move here, but we do try and go in deep to go around the outside. We're probably going a little bit too deep. Massa takes the lead, and now we're side by side with Lewis Hamilton, but we'll get much better traction. So we defend our second position, and this is the opportunity I've been waiting for. Massa's slipstream up through Eau Rouge for the first time. We're going on to the Kemmel Straight, and this is where we should take the lead. This is why I wasn't too disappointed with second place, but there we go, taking the lead. There's a yellow flag. I think there was a crash at Eau Rouge. Hulkenberg's out the race, but Massa on the brakes here. He outbrakes me. I was very surprised. He moves his car ahead of me, and he's defended the lead fantastically. That was a great defensive move from Felipe Massa, but we actually understood into the gravel. That's very scrappy driving there. Hamilton takes second, and I tried to get it back, and I just went wide, and it looks like I'm going to lose more positions. Carlos Sainz is on our inside, giving us a nudge. We're side by side here. We should have been in the lead, never mind fighting over 4th place. So we need to defend from this very strong Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz, but we get back at him and get ourselves up into P3. So we've got a bit of a recovery drive at the moment to catch up to the front two. We should be leading. A bit of a stupid mistake there with Hamilton, but we'll see what happened on the first lap, and I can see why there's an incident if they go 3 wide into Eau Rouge. Wow, how didn't Oh no, wait there. Is that... It's not Hulkenberg, actually. Hulkenberg's further back. That's actually Sergio Perez, but wow. Come on, guys. Keep the cars on the track. Track limits or what? There's 4 cars off there. And this is on board with Hulkenberg. Let's see what happens here. It's the Ferrari comes back on the track. He's got nowhere to go. That's actually really unlucky. This is on lap 2 through Eau Rouge. Yeah, the AI aren't very good around here. I've got to say, it's the 2 Toro Rosso side by side. Oh my god. I think that was Carlos Sainz. He turns right at the top of Eau Rouge, which is never good. On board with Verstappen there. Yeah, it's just, I think it's slight contact. Yeah, that's pretty unlucky, and that could have been a huge impact. I think in real life that would have been a lot worse than that. But we're on to lap 3 here. Trying to catch up to the 2 cars ahead, but it's starting to rain. Oh, things are getting tricky now, and that's usually a hint when the engineer recommends you change strategy onto Inters, that it's time to pit. And you can see I'm starting to struggle. Looks like Massa's starting to struggle as well, as Hamilton's right on the back of him. We're just trying to not lose too much time, not trying to lose control of the car as we all come into the pits. This should be very interesting to see what happens. And why is Hamilton so slow? What the hell is Lewis doing? Why is he backing me up? Does he want Felipe to win this race? Wow, okay, so we're coming in, our teammates in at the same time. Onto the Inters. I don't know where has Hamilton gone? He must have got seriously held up because he's nowhere near me. So we try and get the Inters up to temperature. We've come up in P5, but there's some cars who have not pit yet. That is a very risky strategy. We'll see how they perform. And Button struggles so badly through Eau Rouge. I'm going to absolutely blast past him here. Wow, there's a lot of debris on the exit of Eau Rouge onto Radion. So yeah, we need to watch out for that. And yeah, the dry compound runners. Wow, that's not a good decision, is it? We had to get past Verline though. He was in an awkward position right in the middle of the track. So we get past him. Up to P3. I think there's another dry tyre run ahead. It's Max Verstappen actually. He's seriously helping me out. I don't know why Massa wouldn't overtake him. He finally pulls out here to try and take the lead, but he has lost a couple of seconds there. So we need to make sure we don't get held up by Verstappen and then get on the back of Massa. So yeah, Verstappen's so slow. We'll easily get past him up to P2, and now we're fighting for the lead with Massa. How is this going to pan out? I want to know where Hamilton is. He has lost so much time in the pit stop phase. He must have got held up by like 5-10 seconds. Look how slow Massa is through Eau Rouge. He's definitely struggling in these wet conditions, as the Williams tend to do. And we're going to pull out. Are we going to go for the lead here? Side by side on the Kemmel straight. Can we outbrake Massa? He outbroke us before. We've got the inside line side by side, and I think we've got him. Yes, we have. And we are taking the lead at the Belgian Grand Prix. This is where we deserve to be, really. But after that, it was a pretty scrappy start from us. We fought back. And now let's see if we can pull away from the Williams, and we really did. We had some great pace, we stretched the gap out, and it looked like it should be an easy run to the finish, but Jenson Button is out the race. What has happened here with the McLaren driver, and it looks like it's an engine failure. The Honda power unit has given up, and what I was thinking now, no, don't be a safety car. No, come on. That's exactly what I didn't need. I had the pace. It would have probably been a boring race, really, so this probably makes things more exciting. But I just wanted the victory because I'm on top form. I'd be taking my third victory of the season. So, lap 9 now. I just wanted to know the weather forecast and the status of my tyres, but the engineer was absolutely useless. He gave me no information at all, so I felt like I was on my own in the car. As Ericsson's out the race now. What's going on? Verstappen's out the race. We've got to see what's happening here. So Verstappen's come through Eau Rouge. And there's a very slow Sauber ahead. The safety car as well. Oh my god! Flying Ericsson. That's the Rainmaster right there, Max Verstappen. So Ericsson's stuck behind the safety car. I think he might have made contact as well. So this is Verstappen coming through. Does Ericsson turn left into the path of Verstappen? Let's have a look. He kind of does actually, yeah. Verstappen just goes flying. Oh my god, Ericsson hits the safety car and just catapults. He nearly lands on top of the Red Bull. That's absolutely, that is a shot and a half, by the way. That is incredible. Just the scenes of flying F1 cars, it's just pretty crazy. So we're getting ready for the restart, and it looked like the rain was very heavy, but I wasn't sure if I was ready to pick, because obviously I was driving behind the safety car. I didn't know what the grip of the tyres were, how they were connected with the track. So it was heavy rain. I was told there was heavy rain for like the next 10-15 minutes, but the Inters worked in the heavy rain before, so I wasn't sure if, well, I honestly had no clue what to do. So we come into the braking zone for the bus stop chicane. I decide to stay out, not to risk anything. So we're about to get a great taste of what the Inters are like on a wet track, because everyone else is pitting. I feel like I'm being screwed here out of a victory. The engineer is not helping me at all. I'm getting no information, so our next lap, it wasn't actually too bad. It wasn't too much of a struggle, but it was definitely time for the wet compound tyres. You can see Palmer's in second place. He hasn't pit either. So a few cars haven't pit, but it definitely is wet tyre conditions. So the cars around us will get an undercut. It depends how close it's going to be. It's going to be pretty intense after this pit stop. So me and my teammate pitting at the same time. Where are we going to end up? And kind of surprisingly, we're actually going to come out in the lead. Where's Felipe Massa gone? I mean, Hamilton got, I think, seriously held up in the first stops. Massa's just disappeared off the face of the earth. So Hamilton's in second place. We have a pretty decent lead over him, so obviously he did get an undercut on us. But yeah, we were just cruising along. We had the lead in the bag. I think we had the win in the bag, but the track is drying up. So I was thinking intermediate conditions. And would I go for the Inters? 4 laps to go, it's a bit of a risk. But it must be intermediates. The engineer once again was telling me nothing. So I made the decision for myself to come in for the Inters. I feel like that was the way to go, and we'll have to see what the other cars do. Hamilton in second. And no, I don't think Hamilton's pit. So I think it's the crossover point right now. So we're going to come out in P3 hopefully. There's Massa in 4th. Do we come out ahead of him? We'll have a quick look backwards, and we do indeed. There's a bit of a group of cars there. Massa was holding up a few cars, so he didn't have the pace in the rain. But after a couple of laps, we seriously had the pace. It was definitely intermediate conditions. We're closing in on Vettel by a couple of seconds a lap. So even though it was a risk to come in on these intermediate tyres, I feel like it was definitely the strategy to go for. And you'll see into this corner here how much grip we have compared to the Ferrari round the outside. Oh, this could be a fantastic move. And then we've got the inside line for the corner with no name. And we've taken second place there, very nice. And we're not that far behind Hamilton. We have the pace, we have the tyres for the track conditions. And as Ayrton Senna used to always say, you need the right tyres for the right time. I have not got that quote right at all, but you get what I mean there. So we're on the penultimate lap here, and we're so much quicker than Hamilton. It's just a matter of time until we overtake him, and we're going to get a run probably before Blanchimon as we use the slipstream. We pull out, go for the move, and this should be us easily into first place. So usually in the wet conditions I take unnecessary risks and mess up the strategy, but this time I've got it absolutely bang on, and that's with no help from the engineer. So you know what, I might just ignore the engineer from now on. But we're coming to the bus stop chicane. We're coming home to take our 3rd victory of the season, which is our 3rd victory in Korea, and which is the incredible thing is, it's all at like classic tracks. The Hungaroring, Silverstone, and now Spa-Francorchamps. We've come home to win the Belgian Grand Prix. Unbelievable scenes, changeable conditions, wheel-to-wheel racing, and oh, what a feeling. Another winner's trophy, and we are on absolute fire at the moment. 5 podiums in a row. That includes 3 victories. Hey, we could win this title in a Renault. It would be absolutely unbelievable. If you have enjoyed that one, do leave a like. I would really appreciate that. So we'll see the results of the race. We are on the top step of the podium ahead of Hamilton and Vettel. And actually, Bottas beat his teammate. Massa had a shot at winning this race and actually ended up 30 seconds behind me, which is really strange. But our teammate, he gets a few points. I'm really disappointed with Palmer this season. He had a fantastic start in the first 4 races. He has scored nothing since, so I'm thinking about moving teams, maybe not halfway through this season or later on in the season. I'm thinking maybe for season 3, but it depends what offers come up. A lot of retirements there. There was quite a few incidents. And like Nico Rosberg, down in 14th, he has not been scoring points. So in the driver's standings, we have taken the lead, I think for the first time in the whole career, which is brilliant. 6-point lead over the Red Bull of Ricciardo. Hamilton obviously got second, so he's kind of strolling along. But Rosberg, I don't think he's scored points in the last 2 races, so he's having a bit of a struggle. So yeah, this 4-way battle, let's see if it continues. But we have a great shot of winning this title, which is an incredible feeling. Just looking at the rest of the scorers, but into the constructors, because Palmer doesn't score points, or many points, I don't think we're going to have a great shot of winning, but we'll see how things go. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next race. Goodbye.